This video is about folder tracks. Folder tracks allow you to store a number of tracks into a folder so you can collapse the view. They also let you automate the volume in a way that allows you to do fades across multiple tracks, which I'll show you in a minute. And they also allow you to solo everything in a track. So in general, they give you tools to start to organize projects as your projects get bigger and the edit grows to numbers and numbers of tracks. Sometimes they're just convenient to put your drums in a folder track or maybe all your guitars in a folder track. Now to create a folder track, just click on wherever you want the folder track to be, right click, and then select Create New Folder Track, like that. And it says folder like this. So if I want to create one for my guitars, then I could just give it a name like that. And then I'll just grab the guitar track from the header, right from where it says guitar, and drag it to the folder track. Now as you drag a track, this is the look when you're going to insert it, just to change the track order. But when you go over a folder track, you get this solid color. When you drop it, then it goes into the folder track. Now if I grab the next one, I can put it right here. This will put it right after that one. If I put it here, you can see it goes into the folder track after guitar 1. Let me just undo that. Or you can drag it and drop it right on the track itself. Whichever one you drop on winds up being on top. So you can also reorder them within the folder track. Now they're in here, I can collapse it using this little arrow here, giving me a cleaner view. You can still hear them. And you can solo everything within the folder track using the controls on the folder track itself, like this. Now the folder track has a volume control. You can't add additional plugins, but you can control the volume of everything in the track. It's a VCA style, meaning it's kind of remotely controlling the volume. There's no audio going through the folder track. It's really sort of just a header that allows you to control the volume within it. And then if you automate that, that's how you create a fade. Now that could be really useful so you don't have to go and edit each individual clip if you have something like a drum part. So I'm going to show you how to deal with drum parts next. I've got a multi-track drum part here where I've got kick, snare all the way through the rooms. And you might want to edit these together, you might want to do things, but generally you want to work with them as a group. So they're a perfect thing to use for a folder track. Now you can pack them into a folder track without all that dragging and dropping. Just click on the first drum and then hold on Shift, click on the last one, and then when you right click you have Create New Folder Track Containing. When I click that, then it just packs them all into the folder track. I'll click on the folder track itself, rename this, let's call this drums. So now I've got my drums and I can collapse them into this view here. If I do that also with my guitars, see, I get my mix down to a really, really concise view. And it gives me the ability to control all the drums, the entire volume of the drums with this right here. So that gives you a really cool way to work when you've got a lot of tracks that are related and you want to work with them together. But it gets a little cooler than that when you enable automation. I'm going to talk a little more about automation in a coming video, but I'll give you a preview because you can automate the VCA or the volume of a folder track by just clicking this A here. Then you can turn on the automated VCA like this. This gives you basically a volume line for the track. And then you can double click on here to add nodes that allows you to put in whatever kind of automation you want. So I can create a shape like this by something like this. This right here allows me to adjust the shape of it. So I can adjust those nodes and that allows me to implement a fade. So that's really cool and it's really handy rather than having to draw fades in across all of these clips. Now it gets even cooler than that when you start to look at editing. A lot of times with multi-track drums you need to edit or create a cut across the entire drum set and you don't want to really disturb any of these clips. You can do that right on the folder track itself. For that matter, you can rearrange the clips here. If I grab this you'll see I can actually move clips. That allows you to rearrange even up to your entire song using a folder track. So if I want to do a split, I can just come in here, say at bar 25, just use the / key. You can see that put a split right across all of these. Then if I wanted to move these bars back, just grab in the header in the folder track, and look, I can separate that out and move all those together. The header gives you the ability to do all the normal things you do, like a slip edit, or you can do trimming like this across all of those tracks. So that's how folder tracks work in Traction 5. Thanks for watching.